Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys are here with Season 9, Episode 2 of The Flash. Don't know the episode title, I didn't look it up. I just gonna try to get this intro done before the episode starts. So last week's episode, of course, premiere of Season 9, the final season of The Flash. I thought it was pretty interesting. Groundhog Day, Iris and Barry, only them were repeating the same day over and over and over. And I thought that maybe, are we going to see the repeat of everybody else, or at least some other people affected by this, but it was actually just Iris and Barry, and they were dealing with separate things going on throughout the day, and they decided after all the different times of failing, all the different ways to try to get out of the loop, they focused on the day together instead of separate, which they were doing throughout the whole episode. And I thought it was interesting how they went about actually stopping a nuke, especially Barry phasing the entire city through a nuke explosion, which was caused by the new Captain Boomerang. That was kind of crazy. And then, of course, at the end, Captain Boomerang is the one who was working with Red Death. And Red Death, of course, is hiding behind like a crazy mirage or whatever, basically vibrating super, super fast, faster than Reverse Flash, like completely covering the suit, which we've seen the suit, but hiding it, and then they're saying, you know, going after Barry Allen, and he's never alone, but when I'm finished with him, he will be, and all that. And then there's the logo of Red Death, and it was really cool. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good premiere, and I'm excited to continue the show. And we'll only have 12 episodes now remaining of this show when it's done. It's kind of crazy to say that. So without further ado, guys, I'm ready. Let's get into now. Let's see who this new version of Caitlin is that we got introduced to at the end of the premiere of Season 9. So here we go, guys. The Flash Season 9, Episode 2. Let's go.
That's not Caitlin.
Kinda.
You can call me Snow.
Wait,
Snow.
as in, like, the third Snow sister?
Barry. Together we built a machine to reactivate Frost's mind and Caitlin's body.
Yep.
Something went wrong. I want to find out who I am just as much as the rest of you do.
Lark, what happened to Caitlin?
Well, you're seeing her, but not really. This is confusing.
I have a plan to bring Caitlin back.
Oh, okay.
If Team Flash could provide me with a stable energy source,
Of course. Need your help.
we could reverse the process. This is going even better than we planned.
Planned? Did we have to flash back to see this again? We know this happened.
What a day.
Oh yeah, Joe wants to leave.
Can't believe it. I think we should leave Central City.
Why are we showing flashbacks? They don't normally do this.
Says you, mother of my child.
Well, we never see. I feel like they're both gonna leave. I mean, it makes the most sense for them both to leave together.
No.
Think about yourselves. I don't think the city, but think about yourselves.
Very pleased.
Okay, this makes more sense as a flashback because this happened a while back, but the flashbacks to an episode ago is just...
Are you?
Pied Piper? Is that him? No umbrella? You're too cool for that, I guess. Oh, shit. Oh, the music changed. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was gonna happen. Yep. Damn.
You have something I need.
What? Oh, careful. Good job. If they knew the plan, if they knew what they were trying to actually do, they wouldn't do it. Oh boy. Who's gonna pop out of that? Is it gonna be Frost? Is it gonna be Killer Frost? Is it gonna be Caitlin? Oh shit. Oh shit.
I didn't say this would hurt. You just said it would bring them back.
Caitlin wasn't supposed to come back alone, Barry. They both were. I can't trust any of you.
We can't trust you. You were a bad, horrible villain. Like,
That's
bad.
why we had to build the
Intruder alert. The med lab's been breached.
Oh.
bottom's work.
Well, if you know where it's at, then why didn't you use it?
Hartley?
It's Hartley. Yeah, it's
How did you get in here and what happened to
Well,
One, I
They got
used
attacked.
to work here.
yeah.
great.
you? Her name is Izzy Bowen, only
Nope,
we were
not
friends
her.
the last time we met.
I'm sleeping now.
I'm going to bed. Hey, you're clear. Barry, don't talk to this guy. Don't talk to him.
Because you loved Frost.
Oh, yeah. That's
With all
why.
your heart. Sometimes when we love someone like that, we do the wrong things.
Like Flashpoint.
For the right reasons. You are a part of this team now. And that means we have your back.
Please don't do this.
We'll work together.
He's a series regular, so of course they will.
Thomas Snow attached Frost's consciousness to Caitlin when she was a child. We're gonna bring back Caitlin. And Frost.
And Frost. Let's see how this works.
Why are you working?
You an angry man?
You okay?
I have a dangerously erratic heart rate due to some
Crazy
Wait,
violin.
you caught me with my guard down. Do you have any of Caitlin Snow's medical knowledge?
No.
No, okay, can you shoot ice from your hands?
No.
Or eyes? I have to get out of here, okay? If I don't...
It's afraid for
You're afraid of
that
someone
guy,
else getting
yeah.
hurt. You're going to kill the punk witch?
Sounds like it.
Oh no, killing is wrong.
I used to be a metacriminal.
Yep.
A rogue.
Rogue.
As they say, used to hurt people all the time.
Is this really true?
What?
I read it 1,000 times.
What?
And when he tried to reverse it, he found out the process would kill one of them.
Barry, if Snow goes into that machine and only Caitlin or Frost can come back,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to choose.
We need to honor her by honoring her plan.
Mark, we're all pretty clear on your opinion.
It
I want to hear
can't
everybody else's.
happen.
Deathstorm brought my dad back. It taught me one thing, that resurrecting the dead is unnatural.
I choose Frost.
Oh.
I have my reasons, but that's how I
Okay.
feel.
In 8 hours? I'm doing this. With or without you, and if you try to
Well,
stop
you're not on
me,
the
you'll
team
have
then.
yourself
You're
to
not a
blame
team
for the
member.
fallout.
Interesting transition. That was kind of cool.
The last thing I said to Caitlin before I destroyed her lab was, I'm sorry. The moment Caitlin stepped into the CRC, she made her own choice about
Yeah.
what she wanted.
Love the rain.
Is that why it's raining?
Love all of nature. I wish I knew what my purpose was.
Interesting.
It's strange. Seem like a friend.
Is there gonna be like a twist or something?
Friends. How are you feeling right now?
Probably
Even though my
overwhelmed,
entire existence is a
confused.
mystery. I don't want to go back inside that metal box.
There you go.
And now I'm
So-
afraid.
Choosing who you should be, that's not our choice to make. Only you can decide who you're gonna be.
Only you can decide. That's okay. Smart approach. Aww. So this means Chilblaine cannot make a decision and force whatever. You know.
He finally made his choice.
It's like you're making your choice. All about choices. All about choices. Oh my, okay, that should kill him, I would think.
Hartley!
I don't think they're dead. Something happened.
Instruments are just a tool.
Uh-oh. It's like a canary cry. He could have easily stopped that, by the way. He's so fast, he could have stopped it.
Roderick is dead.
Not
because
dead.
of her.
Nope, not dead.
I have nothing to live for now.
Yes, you do.
Oh shit. Yeah, they're all there, yeah.
They're trapped in a vibrational phase.
Makes
But
sense,
they need your
I
help
guess.
to get them out.
And they're all back. Yep. What the fuck?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, okay. Got the boomerang.
And my gauntlets.
Oh.
Her name's Andrea Vatsik. Turns out she's also working with Owen Mercer.
Yep.
Why is anyone's guess.
That whatever decision I make will affect you
And
a lot.
she's staying herself to learn about herself. So
But not as much as it will affect me. I'm not going back inside the CRC.
exactly.
What? Well, I'm just supposed to forget about Frost and accept this?
No.
Yes,
But oh yes.
because I didn't choose this. Someone new. And he called her Keon. We can mourn the flowers that have fallen from the vine.
Interesting.
We can't ask a new bloom to give up its place in exchange.
You need to get inside right now. Okay, that was always the plan. That was our plan.
What the fuck?
I just helped a new friend.
Like a canary cry he had there. Just there, like, what the fuck? Can we just write him off the show? I'm just tired of Chilblaine already.
Looks like you're back to 100%.
It's sunshiny because she made the choice. She was controlling the weather. Barry dancing is just weird. Where's Joe? Why is he not dancing? Where's Joe? What are they building for Red Death? Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. I love that suit. Awesome. And there you have it, guys. That was the second episode of Season 9, and it was all about choices in this episode in regards to Keon. Is that how you pronounce the new character, the new Snow? I'm not 100% sure. The new Caitlin, whatever. she called herself Snow. She has a new name. I'm going to stick with Snow. I think it's Keon, how you pronounce it, but stick with Snow because that's what we were going by for most of the episode. But she has a new name now that she came up with, that she read in Thomas's notes or something, because they were trying to figure this all out about Frost and Caitlin and everything, and that was the majority of the episode. But we had a side plot as well that ties into the main plot about Red Death, with this new fiddler getting an upgraded, fiddler, a new violin or whatever. I said fiddler, but we saw that with episode 1 of season 9, where Red Death gave upgraded boomerangs to Captain Boomerang and did the same thing for Fiddler with this upgraded violin for her powers or whatever. And it was all about getting Pied Piper's gauntlets. That was the whole point of this mission. So we're seeing where Red Death has brought forth some rogues together. And it's pretty clear based off some of the trailers we've seen leading up to this that there's going to be more potentially working for Red Death. And what exactly, what is going on here? I don't know. Because we had that Red Death scene at the end. We'll definitely talk about that for sure, because this suit is amazing. So I want to get this out of the way real fast. A big negative about this episode. Actually, there's a big negative and a small negative. It's not terrible, but it was kind of annoying. So the little annoying thing first, and we'll get to the bigger negative of the episode, is we had 3 flashback little moments. 2 of them was unnecessary. 1 made sense. The one that made sense was showing Barry destroy Caitlin's makeshift lab in her apartment. That made sense because that didn't happen in last week's episode, which aired a week ago, right? That took place, I believe, early season 8 or middle of season 8. It was last season, so it kind of made sense to show that because it's tying into everything about Chilblaine, and we'll get to Chilblaine in a second. But the 2 other things, Joe saying he wants to leave Central City because he feels like they both need to leave. He needs to get out. Showing that scene, and then showing the scene of Chegra or Chilegra, whatever the fuck the Chester and Allegra ship name that people have online, their kiss. It was unnecessary showing those 2 sequences. We just saw it happen. We didn't need to see it to understand what they're talking about. The awkwardness between Chester and Allegra, we didn't need to see the kiss again. And it's not because I don't care about the relationship. It's the fact that it was unnecessary because we already know what they're about to discuss or awkwardly get around and not discuss. We already knew that. And we already know that Joe said, and they made that a very big point in the season 9 premiere of Joe saying he feels like he needs to leave. It's been so long in this city, he feels like he needs to get out of Central City. We didn't need to see it again. I understand the emphasis of it and try and make sure everybody's up to speed, but we didn't need it. So that's like a little negative. The bigger negative is I cannot stand Chilblaine. Just like with Kramer, I can't stand Chilblaine. I can't stand those 2 characters. I can't stand Chilblaine. I can't stand him. His whole thing about, okay, we're going to tell everybody you're Snow and we're going to do this, but we're not going to tell them we're actually going to bring back both Caitlin and Frost at the same time. Of course, everything falls apart when they try to run the experiment and put her in the, device, whatever, in that chamber looking thing or whatever. And of course, Barry saves her, gets her out because it was malfunctioning and she could have potentially died in there. Who knows? But it would have been bad. And we have a thing, oh, okay, so you're actually doing this to bring back Frost and everything, but you weren't telling us you're trying to bring back both. And then, of course, we find out that it's impossible. It cannot be done. Because when Thomas Snow, the father of Caitlin, was trying to make Caitlin 2.0, and of course it ended up being 2 personalities in one body, there was no way to separate them out because one of them would have to sacrifice. So if you wanted to keep Caitlin and get rid of Frost, or if you want to bring Frost out, one of them is going to die in the process, and so you can't pick and choose. So they had to find a way to coexist. How they were able to separate into 2, I don't know, but I think the whole point of taking out Frost, even though she did become what do they call her? Something Frost or whatever, that took out Deathstorm, sacrificed herself in the process. That was awesome, by the way. That was really cool to see that moment to where she transformed, leveled up. I had to say it. But I think they did that because I'm pretty sure Daniel Panabaker and probably they were just like, okay, we need to stop having you play 2 different characters because it's a lot more time for you to switch out in costume and everything and try to figure out camera angles so that that Caitlin and Frost could be in the same shot or whatever. It was a lot of extra work. So now they're back to just one. This new Keon Snow, whatever. This is the new personality who doesn't have any past memories, so she becomes her own person. It's weird because literally this is the last season of the show. And essentially they got rid of an important character like a very important character who was there, the foundation. This character appeared before the Flash show aired, because Daniel Panabaker as Caitlin and Cisco were both in some episode in season 2 of Arrow before the Flash premiered. Of course, when Arrow had season 3 of Flash season 1, they appeared, and Caitlin's now gone. Of course, we still have the actor, we still have Daniel Panabaker, we still have her around and everything, but she's not Caitlin anymore. She's not even Frost anymore. It's just kind of bizarre, right? But can't stand Chilblaine. Can't stand him. Barry having that scene in the bar, understanding, because he's made decisions based off emotions and how he's felt, so he understands why he's doing what he's doing, because he loves Frost to death, still does, all that. I got that point. But then him saying, well, you're part of this team now, like, stop it. And then, of course, he runs out because Keon Snow does not want to go back inside the machine, and Piper shows up, of course, and destroys it because he's helping her, because she helped him, essentially, because he's like, well, do you have any Caitlin's memories? No. Do you have any Frost's abilities? No. Well, then get out of here. And she's like, it seems like you changed yourself, but did you really change yourself? But also, like, you changed it for this guy. I forget what, Roderick, I think that's what his name, the guy's name that he's clearly in love with, it seems, at his club or whatever, which is kind of odd. I didn't know that Piper had a club. Anyways, but he did all that to save him and everything, and, you know, it was all about choices. Choices. And it was raining the whole episode because Snow's emotions were causing it, essentially. So she does have meta abilities, essentially, because she can control the weather. She controlled the rain, which was interesting. So, because the rain lifted as soon as she made the decision for herself and was becoming her own individual and not having to choose. Because when they were in that sequence of choosing who to bring back, because they couldn't do both. It was impossible. It wouldn't happen. The whole thing about, okay, Frost, Caitlin, I'm like, how do you choose? I mean, personally, if you're going to ask me in this situation, I'd pick Caitlin. And I understand Frost is usable, because Frost is her own individual and she has meta abilities, but Caitlin's been around since the beginning of the damn show. Like I said, before the show, she appeared in Arrow. So the idea of, like, choosing is very hard. Also, too, when Cecile talked to Snow, Keon, having that conversation, I'm like, she's like, yeah, I heard you guys voting and everything. I don't know how I would vote, or Joe. I'm like, they should, if you're going to vote for who you're going to bring back in that moment, shouldn't you have everybody a part of that vote? You should be calling Cisco up to see what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should involve everybody in Team Flash. If you're going to include Chilblaine a part of the team, then you should include Joe and Cecile too, I would think. But I think the right choice was made. How can you choose to force Snow, who doesn't know who she is, she hasn't figured this out, and Caitlin, you know, went in, and this new version of, you know, Caitlin came out. How do you go about trying to force her back in to bring, because of course Chilblaine wasn't going to accept it, of course. And I like her wording too about blooming and flowers or petals falling from a tree or something like this, because she's really in tune with nature, which is, seems kind of goofy, but it's definitely a different character. So we'll see where they go with it. But so, with all that being said, Red Death, it uses the gauntlets that Piper had to basically, I guess, unphase him, or I'm not sure what happened. I guess he was like he, I kept saying he, it's she, it's we know who it is. But Red Death had to unphase, and then there was a whole speech about such a city, you know. It's like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for them to meet. I'm ready for Red Death to meet Flash. I'm ready for that moment, and I'm hoping it's next week's episode. I don't know. I'm hoping, because I'm not sure how long this arc is going to go, so that they better get to it, because I was kind of hoping it was going to happen in this episode, but it's okay. We had a lot of stuff going on. The dance sequence was kind of funny too, where they're all dancing in. I thought for a second Joe wasn't there, then he's over there in the corner. He's like, he's raising the roof, and then he goes dancing, everything. That was a fun moment to see all that, and then of course, you know, Allegra and Chester dancing. They really didn't have a conversation. It's like, okay. So, overall, this episode was a slower episode in regards to, there wasn't a lot of craziness happening and whatever, like a lot of insane things. But it definitely moved the story along in regards to Red Death, getting all these new rogues together and getting a new version of Caitlin, who's now Keon Snow, whatever. Keon, that's the name. And Chilblaine, I hope he's just gone. I don't want to see him again. We'll have to see him again because he's a fucking series regular, nothing against the actor, I just can't stand the character. Sorry, my wife's sleeping over there. I heard her. But I can't stand the character. Can't stand him. So yeah, I think overall, I'm enjoying the season so far, even though I did have negatives against Chilblaine being a fucking main part of this episode, being an ass, can't stand. I tweeted, it's like, he's an ass. He's an ass, can't stand him. And then the flashback's a little issue, but other than that, I enjoy what was happening. I think they overdid a pretty good job with a slower episode, and I'm curious to see what happens next. I'm curious to see what the next episode's going to bring to us. So, what did you guys think of the episode of The Flash? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, please let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.